Yashodanandana Barajananandana Yamunatira Banachari Yamunatira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara śivas Hari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jam Vishnu Pada Pramāṇam Saprakaracharya Turatura Sesi Mahiti Mangre Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Anante Koti Vaishnavindra Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prince Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śivas Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Ki Jai Ganga Maya Ki Jai Yamuna Maya Ki Jai Vrindavan Nama Ki Jai Navadvip Maya Purujana Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta-vrinda Ki Jai. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Sri Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 16, Jaya and Vijaya caused by sages, text 23. tvam dvijottama-kulaṁ yadi ātma-gopam. goptā vṛṣaḥ svarhaṇena sa-sūnṛtena tarhi naṅkṣyati śivas deva panthā loko grahīṣyad pramāṇam tvam dvijottama-kulaṁ yadi hātma-gopam goptā vṛṣaḥ svarhaṇena sa-sūnṛtena tarhi naṅkṣyati śivas deva panthā loko grahīṣyad pramāṇam tvam dvijottama-kulaṁ yadi ātma-gopam goptā vṛṣaḥ svarhaṇena sa-sūnṛtena tarhi naṅkṣyati śivas deva panthā loko grahīṣyad pramāṇam. Please chant. dvijottama-kulaṁ yadi ātma-gopam goptā vṛṣaḥ svarhaṇena sa-sūnṛtena tarhi naṅkṣyati śivas deva panthā loko grahīṣyad pramāṇam. Mataji? tvam dvijottama-kulaṁ yadi ātma-gopam tarhi naṅkṣyati śivas deva panthā loko grahīṣyad ṛṣabhasya pramāṇam. Now, not tvam, you, dvija of the twice born, uttama-kulam, the highest class, yadi, if, how, indeed, ātma-gopam, worthy to be protected by you. Goptā, the protector. vṛṣaḥ, the best. su-arhaṇena, by worship. sa-sūnṛtena, along with my word. tarhi, them. Eva, certainly. naṅkṣyati, will be lost. śivaḥ, auspicious. tava, you. Deva, O Lord. panthā, the path. loko, the people in general. grahīṣyad, would accept. ṛṣabhasya, of the best. he, because, that, pramāṇam, authority. Translation. O Lord, you are the protector of the highest of twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and mild word, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general, who act on the strength and authority of your Lordship. Please repeat. O Lord, you are the protector of the highest of the twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and mild word, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general, who act on the strength and authority of your Lordship. Purport. Long purport. There is a 3 paragraphs of this purport, so I'm going to give class on each 3 paragraphs. So first we will read first paragraph. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated by the Lord himself that an act and a character of great authority are followed by people in general. Leaders of ideal character are therefore needed in society. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in this material world just to show the example of perfect authority, and people have to follow his path. The basic injunction is that one cannot understand the absolute truth simply by mental speculation of logical argument. One has to follow the authority. Mahajano ena gatasya panthā. Great authority should be followed. Otherwise, if we simply depend on the scripture, we are sometimes misled by rascal. Or else, we cannot understand or follow the different spiritual injunction. The best path is to follow the authority. The 4 Brahmana sages stated that Krishna is naturally the protector of cow and Brahmanas. Go Brahmana hitayacha. When Krishna was on this planet, he set a practical example. He was a cowherd boy, and he was very respectful to the Brahmana and the devotees. Second paragraph. It is also referred herein that Brahmana are the best of the twice born. Brahmanas, Kshatriya, and Vaishya are all twice born, but the Brahmana are the best. When there is the highest fight between the 2 persons, each of them protects the upper part of his body, the head, arm, and the belly. Similarly, for the actual advancement of human civilization, the best part of the social body, namely Brahmana, the Kshatriya, and Vaishya, the intelligent class of men, military class, and mercantile men, should be given special protection. Protection of the labor should not be neglected, but special protection should be given to the upper order. Of all classes of men, the Brahmana and Vaishnava should be given special protection. They should be worshipped. When their protection is performed, it is just like worshipping God. That is not exactly protection, it is a duty. One should worship the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas by offering them all kinds of endowment and sweet word. And if one has no means to offer anything, he must at least use sweet word to pacify them. The Lord personally exhibited this behavior toward the Kumaras. Third paragraph. Shastra Chakshu. If this system is not introduced by the leader, then human civilization will be lost. When there is no protection and special treatment for the person who are devotee of the Lord, who are highly intelligent in spiritual life, then the whole society is lost. The word naṅkṣyati indicates that such civilization becomes spoiled and is annihilated. The kind of civilization recommended is called deva panthā, which means the loyal lord of the demigod. Demigods are supposed to be fully fixed in devotional service or Krishna consciousness. that is, auspicious path that should be protected. If the authority or the leader of society do not give special respect to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and do not offer them not only sweet word but all facility, then the path of progress will be lost to human civilization. The Lord personally wanted teachers, and therefore he offered so much praise to the Kumaras. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Shakaya Chakshum Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Thank you very much for coming to the class in this hot weather. It is so hot. Just to exist in this hot summer is such austerities. What speak of coming to the Bhagavatam? I hope your time in this class will be meaningful. So here, third canto we are discussing. Third canto, most of the third canto is discussion between Vidura and Maitreya. Within this discussion between Maitreya and Vidura, in this section, Lord Brahma is speaking to demigod. Demigod find that so much heat was coming and also darkness. So they went to Lord Brahman, why it's so dark? What's happening? And the Lord Brahma replied, my son, 4 Kumaras, went to the Vaikuntha. At the door, they were stopped by the doorkeeper, Jaya and Vijaya. And then they caused Jaya Vijaya to come to the material world. And they are in the womb of deity. That pregnancy is causing this darkness. That is the overview of chapter 15, previous one. And this chapter starts from Lord Narayana is speaking to 4 Kumaras. So 4 Kumaras has cast Jaya and Vijaya because they are stopped to go to enter the Vaikuntha, but not exactly because they couldn't go inside, but they could not see the Lord. They wanted to see the Lord, but they were stopped. So their problem is they want to see the Lord, they couldn't see. So they told Jaya and Vijaya, you see the Vaikuntha, the place there is no envy, but then you have envy and you have discrimination, distinction. That's why you should go to the material world where there is a distinction, enemy and friend. So Jaya and Vijaya realized that they are being cursed and they beg pardon. Then Lord Narayana heard that commotion was going on, and then he came personally to settle the matter. Then he told the 4 Kumaras that Brahmanas are supposed to be protected and they are head of society and they are actually my part. And if that Brahmana is being insulted by my servant, that is offenses from my side, because the master takes the responsibility of the servant. So if the Brahmana is being insulted, I'm ready to chop off my own arm. And then hearing Lord Narayan, this Brahma is speaking to demigod, hearing that in the story, inside the story, speaking Narayan, speaking such a sweet word, the 4 Kumaras, they couldn't understand if Narayan is speaking in favor of them or not, because 4 Kumaras just cursed that the personal servant of Narayan, and then Narayan is speaking as if they have done good, so they are bewildered. Sometimes we go in front of the Guru Maharaj or senior devotees, they are speaking something nice, but then I don't understand anything what they said, but anyway, I should listen carefully. So we listen very attentively, but then I actually don't understand anything, but then I should listen carefully. That kind of situation. So whatever Lord Narayan said, each word, 4 Kumaras replying with their understanding. And then in this text, today's text, when Narayan said Brahmana is supposed to be protected, Brahmana is the head of society, to that 4 Kumaras is replying. So Brahman, Haribasa described that Lord Brahma is the original Brahmana, and 4 Kumaras is the first son of Lord Brahma, and they are the great saintly person, they are Brahmanas, the first after Lord Brahma, they are the first Brahmana. So they are greatly respected in the whole world. And they are not supposed to be insulted in the way how Jaina Vijaya was insulted. So for that, Narayan was mentioning Brahma should be respected and protected and to be worshipped. For that, Lord Kumara is replying to Narayan, "O Lord, you are the protector of the highest twice born." So here, in this shloka, second word, tvam. Tvam means you. When you use in Bengal and I think in India, many parts of India, when you said you, English is only you. Someone high or low or middle, you. There is not much culture. But in India, apni and to me and different word. In Japan also, anatta, anatta-sama, omae, different word was being used to just address you. So here, Kumara is using tvam. Tvam means very respectful, you but very high. In Bhagavad Gita also, Duryodhana used this word to Dronacharya, tava-sīśyena deva, tava-sīśyena dhimata. Duryodhana said, "Oh Dronacharya, tava-sīśyena deva, anata, you are intelligent disciple, Drishtadyumna, is preparing the army of your enemies, Pandava's side." So tvam is very respectful word. So Kumara is using this word. Then next, dvijottama-kulaṁ. Dvija means twice born, that means Brahmana, and uttama-kulam. Kulam means the classes, and uttama means highest. So dvijottama, Srila Prabhupada explained that dvija means not only Brahmana, but Kshatriya, Vaishya also twice born dvija. But among these three, Brahmana is the highest. And also, another understanding of this dvijottama-kulaṁ. In this chapter, text 4, Prabhupada said, in this chapter, when the word Brahmana is used, sometimes in the Sanskrit said dvija, sometimes Vipra, sometimes Brahmana, different words are used. And Prabhupada also translates sometimes Brahmana, sometimes Vaishnava. So in the text 4, Prabhupada said, in this chapter, when the word Brahmana is being used, that means Brahmana, Vaishnava. Not just Brahmana, but Vaishnava. So Narayan is talking about Brahmana should be worshipped and respected, that means Vaishnava should be protected. Because among the Brahmana, there is many kinds of Brahmanas. Some Brahmana are karmakandi Brahmanas, some Brahmana are impersonal Brahmanas. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, materialistic person worshipping demigod, including the Brahmana who does karmakanda, they are alpa medasa. Alpa means little. Medaha means intelligent. They may be Brahmana, but they have very little intelligence because they were worshipping the demigod to go to the heavenly planet, which is temporary. Mayavadi sannyasi, they are Brahmanas. They have all the good qualities, may have good qualities, but Krishna said, abudaya. Abudaya means less than alpa-medah, no intelligent. At least demigod worshippers, they have alpa-medas, little intelligent. But impersonalists, they have no intelligent. They are supposed to be most intelligent, but Krishna said, no intelligent. Not only no intelligent, but they are offenders. They cut off Krishna's hand and head and say Krishna, the God has no hand, no leg, no face. So they are the offenders. So in this section, when Narayan is talking about Brahmana, it's Vaishnava. ṛṣabhasya bhagavapanita sabhai gunatata samasante surang alamaktasya kutogaham gunang namo ṛṣabhasya satida bhatovai. So when one becomes a devotee, they develop all the good quality of Brahmanas, good quality of demigod, but those who have all the good quality, but they have no devotion, they are all useless. Doesn't mean that they don't have good quality, but they're all useless. That is the commentary it's giving. It's not like Mayavadi Sanya has no good quality. They have samadhamma tabasoshan kshanti agyama evacha. Jnana vijnana stakam brahma kamas jamya. They have all the good quality of brahmanas, but they are not connected to Krishna consciousness, to the Vaishnava quality, so they are useless. That's what's the explanation. That's the first line, dvijottama-kulaṁ. Then panthas, third line, panthas, third line, the last word, panthas, that is the past, mahājanayena gatasta panthā. Prabhupada quoted this word. We should follow the authorities of the Mahājana. Mahājana, we have 12 Mahājana. Svayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapilam, including Kumaras, then Narada Muni, and Lord Brahma, Svayambhu, Lord Brahma, then Bhishma, Janakas, and then Yamaraj, then Śivas, 12 authority. In this shloka also panthas is, the word panthā is used, that is the panthā means in this shloka also used, that another one is also being used. That means path. We should follow the path of authority. In this shloka specifically talking about we should worship and protect the Brahmana. That path is set by the leaders and we should follow. Then the last word in the fourth line, pramāṇam. Pramāṇam, the authority. In this shloka it is translated authorities. Then in the Bhagavad Gita, in the first of Bhagavad Gita, the first line of today's purport, Prabhupada said in Bhagavad Gita, it is stated by the Lord himself, the act and character of great authority followed by people in general. So the shloka goes, Yajyan acharate srestat, tata ebetaro janataya pamana krute loka tanana bharutate. So the third line of this shloka is same as this shloka's last word, pramāṇam. Whatever the action a great man performed, common men follow, and whatever standard he set by exemplary act, the world pursue. So in this Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada used the word exemplary. And in today's shloka, it says authority. So could be translated, pramāṇam means authority or exemplary. In any case, we should follow the exemplary authority. That's what is the purpose of this section. So then Prabhupada talking about we should follow the scriptures, but not only scriptures, but we need a living example. The person who is following the scripture, otherwise we may misinterpret it. We may study the scriptures, but then maybe we misinterpret it, we act wrong. So we have to follow the person who is actually explaining the scripture and acting in that way how it is. So when Bhagavad Gita was not translated, it was translated, but it's not published yet. Early in the 1960s, Prabhupada was giving Bhagavad Gita class and he asked the disciple, I think Brahmananda Prabhu, bring Bhagavad Gita book. And then he said, the disciple said, Prabhupada, those is Swami, he was being called Swamiji, but we don't have the book Bhagavad Gita by you. It's not published yet. And then Prabhupada said, any Bhagavad Gita is okay. Then but we have only Mayavadi Bhagavad Gita. It's not, we are not supposed to read. Prabhupada said, never mind, just bring it. Any book will do. Any translation is okay. Only the purport is a problem. Anyone can translate Mammana Baba Mambhakto, think about me. But Prabhupada translates Mammana Baba Mambhakto, always think of me, means Krishna. We always think about Krishna, but Mayavadi will think, always think about myself or Krishna within myself. That's so shloka itself is okay, but the explanation purport is important. So another time, Pradyumna Prabhu is Prabhupada's famous Sanskrit scholar. He used to help Prabhupada's publishing the book, translating the Sanskrit word and this and that. So one time he asked, this is in Prabhupada memory series, he asked Prabhupada, when you finish translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, which book you want to work on next? And he said, I would like to do on Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shikshamrita. Shikshamrita is a book. Recently, His Holiness Sri Jayapataka Maharaj was giving series of class in the rooftop, lotus roof, Chaitanya Shikshamrita by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Prabhupada thought this book is very important. After translating Srimad Bhagavatam, he wanted to work on this book to translate and make commentary. Then Pradyumna Prabhu said, okay, that's very nice. So what else you want to work on, Swamiji? And he said Bhagavad Gita. And he said, Bhagavad Gita, but you already did the Bhagavad Gita. And then Prabhupada said, that is only one Bhagavad Gita. I was making that Bhagavad Gita based on Baladev Vidyabhusa's commentary. If you read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, and if you read the commentary of Baladev Vidyabhusa, it's very similar, and then he is taking from Baladev Vidyabhusa. But if we read Baladev Vidyabhusa's commentary, feel like Narayan speaking, for Kumara listening, I feel like I don't understand, but I may understand anyway I listen. That kind of feeling is there. But when Prabhupada speaks, what Baladev Vidyabhusa spoke, same thing he's saying. But then he can speak in the way our platform people can relate it to, because he is very highly scholarly person, but then he can present in the way we can understand. When he reached America, he asked Krishna, please let my word be understandable to them. So he presented in the way we can understand. So he was doing that. That is the word pramāṇam. And bhajanayana gata sapanta. That is very much first paragraph, and the second paragraph was explanation. So we need a living example, or we need someone who is showing an example. And then Krishna said, Prabhupada said in the purport, first paragraph's last line, Krishna said, practical example, he was a cowherd boy and he was very respectful to the brahmanas and devotees. Krishna was very respectful to brahmanas. When the Jagya brahmanas performing a sacrifice, he knows they are not devotees, but still he was very respectful, and sent the boys, asking very humbly, we are hungry, can you give some food? Very respectful, he said. And then of course the wife is a very nice devotee, so they got the mercy. And when he grew up, Krishna grew up, he became king. He used to wake up early, and then he does Gayatri, meditating on Supreme Lord, that is Krishna himself. That is okay because he is God himself, but we cannot do that because we meditate on God and we are not God. But Krishna can meditate on God and he can meditate on Krishna because he is God. So now after that he goes to the court and he gives the charity to the brahmanas. That's what he used to do, daily activities. And then when that is the brahmana in general, he will give the cows and different money and different land, whatever the brahmana may need. That is the dealing of Krishna to the brahmanas. But when he's dealing with Vaishnava brahmanas, it's become very sweet. In Vrindavan, as a cowherd boy, he has a friend, brahmana boy, Madhu Mangala. So he used to go to steal the butters from neighborhood. And Madhu Mangala is bit chubby. So when everyone steals and they run, they can escape very fast. Even the window is small, they can go through. But Madhu Mangala, his belly gets stuck. I can't go through. Then cowherd boys and, hey, come on. But then he gets stuck. Then elderly gopis come and chastise, and he was caught and he was going to be punished. Then Krishna come back. Mataji, he's a Brahmana. Madhu Mangala is Brahmana. If you punish the Brahmana, you get the heavy punishment, then you get the heavy reaction, Brahmana apalad. So you should do something nice to him. And gopis are very simple-hearted. He said, oh no, we have committed the Brahmana apalad. What shall I do, Krishna? And Krishna said, you release him and give a lot of laddu. So he gave so many he got so many laddus. That's the sweet relationship with Krishna and Brahmana, who is a Vaishnava. And then Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya's pastime is full of pastime dealing with the Brahmanas. He himself appeared as a Brahmana, and he was surrounded by neighborhood who are Brahmana community. Navadvipa is a place of education. So many Brahmanas there. And of course his father, Brahmanas, and grandfather, Nirambara Chakrabarti, and father Jagannath Mishra, they are Brahmanas. Then Advaita Acharya was there, then Śivas Thakur was there, all Brahmanas. So he respects the Brahmanas so much that Advaita Acharya felt, why the Lord, he is respecting me. So he has to pretend he is speaking Mayavadi philosophy so that Lord Chaitanya can chastise him in such a way that he respects so much that Advaita Acharya has to act in a way Lord Chaitanya has to disrespect by trick. Then after he took sannyasi, he was again surrounded by many Brahmanas. There was Sarvabhaumacharya, he is a Brahmana. Actually, he associated Brahmana, Vaishnava, but he doesn't associate Mayavadi Brahmanas. And Sarvabhaumacharya was originally, not originally, but in that state, when Lord Chaitanya went, he was scholar of Mayavadi. But Lord Chaitanya associated him almost from beginning. That was a special case because Sarvabhaumacharya, he was a Brihaspati. He appeared in Vijayanagara, and then he thought, if I am real devotee of Lord Chaitanya, certainly he will come for me to save me. So he left purposely Navadvip, Vijayanagara, and he went to Orissa. Then he started teaching Mayavadi philosophy. And sure enough, Lord Chaitanya appeared, and he came to Orissa. He delivered Sarvabhaumacharya from this Mayavadi entanglement. So that was a special case. Otherwise, he would keep the distance from Mayavadi Brahmanas. They are respectful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always respect, but from a distance, some social distance to Mayavadi. When he went to Banarasi, there was full of Mayavadi scholars and Brahmanas, Prakasananda Saraswati Thakur. They are criticizing Lord Chaitanya. Why he is chanting only Hare Krishna, Hare Bo, Hare Bo? They are not studying Vedas. So they are criticizing. So Lord Chaitanya said, there is a Tapana Mishra and Chandrasekhar. They are devotees. They are feeling sad. Why they are criticizing Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya not doing anything? Then they are feeling sad. But Lord Chaitanya told them, I came here to sell my goods. That is the holy name. But then here is no customer, so I have to take back with me. Then he went to Vrindavan, and after some time he came back to Banarasi. By then, they realized that Lord Chaitanya is not just sentimental pago. He is not like that. So one Brahmana particularly, he felt so bad that Lord Chaitanya had been criticized. So he arranged one meeting. In that meeting, all the Mayavadi sannyasis had been invited, and Lord Chaitanya was also invited. And Lord Chaitanya personally had no intention to associate with Mayavadi Brahmana, but because his devotee was feeling so sad, for that he went to the meeting. And he went there, as everybody knows the famous story. He sat the doorway where people wash the feet. He was so humble and so effulgent. He spoke in such a neat and humble way. And all the Brahmanas and Prakashananda Saraswati, their heart melted. And philosophy also, when they asked the question, Lord Chaitanya will answer. He will not speak from his side, but then because he was being asked, so he will speak in the way nobody can speak. Such a wonderful way, only God, only Krishna can speak. So Prabhupada Saraswati and all the followers accept Lord Chaitanya, and then they become all Vaishnava. Otherwise, Lord Chaitanya will associate only with Vaishnava. Among his intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya, there is a Brahmana like Jagadananda Pandit. He is a Brahmana from birth, and then also Bhakeshwara Pandit. He was also Brahmanas. But there are many who are not coming from Brahmana family, but Lord Chaitanya took very close, like Ramananda Roy, Haridas Thakur, Rupana Sanatana. Rupana Sanatana, they are coming from Brahmana's family, but they took the occupation of Muslim ministers. Actually, just Rupana Sanatana, they didn't become minister for the Muslim from their wish. They somehow, the place where they're staying, they are so Krishna consciousness, they are living in Krishna consciousness happily, but the Muslim ruler came and they threatened to Rupana Sanatana, if you don't become minister of my court, then I'm going to attack all the Hindu. Then to protect all the Hindu, all the Vaishnava, then they sacrifice themselves to become the minister of the Muslim. So it's not like they degraded themselves, but they wanted to protect the Vaishnava. For that they sacrificed, but of course they didn't become degraded. Lord Chaitanya again uplifted in the state of Goswami, sixth Goswami. So Lord Chaitanya accepts them as a Vaishnava, the highest order, and they associate very intimately. Raghunath Das Goswami similarly, he is not from Brahmana family, but Lord Chaitanya accepted very closely, and he gave his own Govardhan Sila. He used to put on the eyes and the heart. Lord Chaitanya's Govardhan Sila was always moistened with tear of Lord Chaitanya. And Gunjamala he had, and he had that Gunjamala and Govardhan Sila. Personally, he kept with him. He gave to Raghunath Das Goswami to worship. So he was associated with Brahmanas and Vaishnava. So, okay, the next part. Next part, I would want to talk about why Krishna came personally. In this case, in this story, four Kumara wanted lotus feet of the Lord, so he came personally. They are Brahmana. That point they are not the Vaishnava yet. They are Brahma. What is it? They are not the Mayavadi, but the Brahmavadi. Brahmavadi means they worship. They like Brahma effulgent, but they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality Godhead, but they like Brahma effulgent. So they are not the offender. Mayavadi think Brahma is original, and from Brahma Krishna came because of Maya. From temporarily Krishna manifest. So they are denying the existence of the personality of God. Therefore Mayavadi is offended. But Brahmavadi are not offended because they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they have likening to the effulgence of the Lord. So when they came, they are Brahmavadi. They are not pure Vaishnava, but their intention was they want to see the Lord. They want to see the lotus feet of the Lord. So that intention was pure. Tasharabinda nayanasya padarabinda kinja kamishya tulasi makala dabayun. That time, they smelled the aroma with the lotus feet of the Lord. The tulasi mixed with chandan came into the nostril of their nostril and the heart. Then they realized the sweetness of the Lord. They changed the heart. Then they become a devotee. So that time they become a pure devotee. Pure devotee means it's not like, of course, we say pure devotee means they have no material desire. Anya vṛṣaḥ jnana karma nāvritam. Anukrena Krishna Synonyms bhakti uttama. They have no desire for jnana, no desire for karma. They only want to please Krishna. Krishna Synonyms bhakti uttama. That is the highest. But among us, who is a pure devotee? We may have so much contamination, but because our intention, instead of having so many material desires still, we want to please the Lord. We have so many material, we have so much conditioned nature, but because we want to please the Lord, Krishna accepts we as a group, all the Vaishnava, we are practicing to become Vaishnava, but from Krishna's point of view, he accepts us in that way. You have no desire other than achieving my pleasures, therefore Krishna accepts. So for Kumara was also being accepted, pure Vaishnava in that sense. He thought their only desires they want to see. I have to go, so Krishna himself has to come. When Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Paritanaya sadhunam vinasaya duskritam dharma samstana so he came to chastise the miscreant, and he came to protect the Vaishnava. Then he came to establish the religious system. But to destroy the demon, he can send the incarnation or kala, that will do. But then he came to protect the Vaishnava. Here is the question. Vaishnava from what? Protect the Vaishnava from demon, but then Vaishnava actually, they artificially look like suffering from a demon or klesha, but the kleshagni, first symptom of pure devotion, kleshagni, complete mitigation of material suffering. Vaishnava doesn't suffer the material misery. It's not like we don't feel hot, we feel hot, but we don't care. Snayatra, so much crowd, so much heat, so much loud speaker, so much pushing. But the devotee go, I didn't go, but sorry. But the devotee feeling is so much bliss, so much absorbed in Krishna consciousness. They don't suffer, they know it's hot, but then they don't suffer the material misery like other materialists feel. So they don't feel the material pain, they don't call for Krishna's help. Krishna, Krishna, please help me because it's so hot, enemies attacking. They don't do that. But their suffering, only reason they suffer, actually two. One is they are feeling pain from the separation from Krishna. That suffering, only Krishna can mitigate. No incarnation, no kala, no representative can mitigate suffering. Only Krishna himself comes, then Krishna's devotee can be pacified with his own presence. Other reason, Vaishnava's suffering is paradukka dukhi. Vaishnava suffer because seeing the others suffering. Therefore, Krishna has to come to save. Then we go to the third paragraph of today's purport. Prabhupada talk about how we do the protection of Brahmanas. How do you worship the Brahmanas? Of course, we can do idana swagatana, etapatan, you can offer flowers, naivedyan, food, you can offer incense, we can do the puja. This is 16 upacharas mentioned in the Shastra. We can do that. Otherwise, we can do 64 items. It is mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But then in this paragraph, in the third paragraph, Prabhupada is saying, you should protect the Brahmanas, not only sweet word, but you should give the facility to spread Krishna consciousness. But because devotees suffering is paradukka dukhi, we are suffering, Vaishnava suffering to see the others suffering, they need a facility to spread Krishna consciousness. That is the Vaishnava suffering. So Prabhupada is saying, the leader should offer the help, the facility, not just sweet word, but then give practical facility for the Vaishnava to do this service. Otherwise, society will be destroyed. So for this, I would like to give a few examples. When Prabhupada went to America, he asked the government to facilitate his preaching. But then the preaching, America for American, they have no idea about Hare Krishna. So they didn't know what is it. But they figure out something from India, some religious activities. So they said that, okay, someone give the money, send the money, then you can build a Hindu temple, no problem, we will support. And Prabhupada wrote a letter to India, and some Indian supporter, he's very rich, and he was willing to send the money. But then he was somehow thinking, Hindu temple means like in India we see Hindu temple look like very nice Indian structure, architect, exactly from the Shastra. That's kind of a temple he was thinking. But with the Baji, Prabhupada was asking, he can get only some apartment. Then this man said, if that kind of temple is good, then I will send any amount of money. But an apartment, it's Swamiji, not possible. So hearing this reaction, American government said, Swamiji, sorry, no support, we cannot give permission. So it was not happening. So in the beginning, there was a very difficult, struggling time. No support from leader, no support from government, no support from India. Then later on, when the government became more aware of Hare Krishna movement, they wanted to stop the drug and hippies. And Prabhupada said, give us facility. We can stop this drug and hippie business. We can do it. Just give us facility. Prabhupada wanted the government and the leader to support and give the facility so that we can do. So that was the history. And for now, we see that Mr. Modi, Prime Minister, is very religious person, very supportive, especially with Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He has very close relationship. For Delhi's temple opening, big Bhagavad Gita's installation, he used to come, he used to support. And the Lama temple, someone built the Lama temple, he was supportive. And now West Bengal, Momata, I don't know much about political issue, but then she built anyway, and she gave to ISKCON to land that dig the Jagannath temple. So that was a very good support. And one more story from Trump, America. America is such a place. There is no Hare Krishna. Now it's Hare Krishna, but they don't have, not like in India, everyone is very religious. And America is not too far from religious. And Trump, I don't know what is the background. He could be Christian, but for sure he is not coming from Hare Krishna background. But 1974 or 6, the devotee wanted to build Rath Yatra around this time. So they need a place to build the Rath Yatra, the cart. But then they're asking different people, everyone said, no, you cannot have that place. And they thought, why we don't ask this Mr. Trump? He was not the prime minister that time. But then somehow they approached, just in case they approached. And he said, yeah, you can use he has his own private place, and he lets the devotee to use his own place to build the Rath Yatra cart. That was 48 or 46 years ago, just before Rath Yatra time. Or because calendar is a little bit different around the Rath Yatra time. And then after so many years, he was standing on the campaign to become prime minister. 46 years ago, he was not prime minister, but he was a part of government. And later he became president, and he was removed, then again he was in a campaign to become second time. Then he was on the speech. I think everybody remember, or maybe you don't read the newspaper or news, but somehow it came into my Facebook, so I saw. So he was going to give the speech, then he stood. After a few minutes, somebody on the roof, he shot him, and then that hit him, this side, his cheek was cut and penetrated his ear, right? But then he didn't die. It's so close. He was on the stage of speech. Then to shoot on the face. He's a big man. It's not so easy to approach. But somehow, this 20 years young boy, he did that. But then he was immediately arrested and he was killed. So we never know what was the intention, but then he did. Mr. Trump could be dead. But devotee is saying that because that is the almost exact timing around Jagannath Rath Yatra time, and that place happened to be same city where Trump gave the place to Jagannath Rath to be inducted, and he was giving a speech after so many years. So Lord Jagannath saved his life. So that is the different stories how the government and leaders help the devotees to spread the Krishna consciousness. So we end the class now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. It's 9 o'clock. If you have a class, I think they don't like me to extend the class. Have any class? Any question? Because usually they don't like class be extended, tonight it's already 9 o'clock, I will end the class. If you have a question, you can ask me after the class. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.